One of my goals is providing oversight on district facility and grounds. Big projects that we had this month and looking ahead to the summer was the Coleman Elementary roof project. This was something that was on our radar due to the March 14th tornado in 2025. In working with insurance and the construction company, this is when we had that window of opportunity to get the project done. It was a 2-week project and it was a bit of a disaster. They of course used products and assured us that there would be no issues. I know Ms. Gish on the daily was having to talk to them about, you know, you're talking about workers on the roof during a school day at an elementary school, cursing, you know, loud, and the smell, of course, again, there wasn't any concern with it, but there was a smell, and so immediately if there was an issue, Ms. Gish did a wonderful job of moving students and staff, but it was a rough project, there's no doubt about it. This lesson learned from this, quite a few, just as far as communication and follow-up. We did have to cancel school one day, but lesson learned, of course, from the staff of why didn't you do this during the summer? Why didn't you do this when no one was in a building? It further highlighted that if anyone thinks that we can close half of a wing of pie and do construction all year long and remediate asbestos, and again, pie needs HVAC and plumbing and all that asbestos remediated, and if it, again, lesson learned from this is that we will always try to do, obviously, projects in the summer when we can, when students aren't in there, and we really want to protect that learning environment. And so we will obviously try to do better in the future on that. We do have the sewer lift station. That was another project that we had talked about, capital funds. That again is out of our operating, but when we met last June and really looked at our fund balance and wanted to designate some of those funds for critical improvement projects, again prioritizing that as we've heard tonight, that was one that was a high priority that we felt like needed to be addressed, so that will start in June, again paid with operating funds that have been in surplus. And then that track and field project, again, that was a Prop 1 project. That will be actual Prop 1 bond funds, and that is slated to set in July. And again, that is one that didn't have to do with student safety. It wasn't high priority. So again, as we prioritize when we get bond funds, we prioritize starting with those things like our secure vestibules and safety features and getting the bigger projects done like the Zitzman addition. And then again, as we're winging down on those funds, taking care of the things that we said that we would do when funds allowed, and those last items are on there. So that will happen in July. Just wanted to provide, again, just as we focus on data and our priorities as a district, I appreciate Mr. Savage working with the USDA to get free breakfast and lunch for our students. We do these at our summer school sites, so that will be at Doris Hoffman, Nike, Coleman, Zitzman, Pye, Riverbend, and High School, provided updated free and reduced numbers. That will be Monday through Friday for anyone under 1800. And we'll be sure to get some communication out about that, but that's been several years now that we've had that, so just appreciate that opportunity. And then Dr. Flexenhar attended a meeting at St. Louis Community College, and it was for several different awards. Got some great plaques, and just to be in the realm of some of these huge districts like Limburg and Francis Howell for highest average savings for our dual enrollment students. And then we were, so these were all the districts who were kind of in the mix for the highest enrollment, and then we won for it being the district with the highest average savings per student for dual enrollment. So
I'm assuming that is because most of our students are doing like full-time, the full program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great.
And then the second award and plaque we received was for just the collective savings and college costs compared to if those same students went to a four-year university. Again, great schools that were in competition with Riverview, Pattonville, And then we received that as well. I think it was over $300,000 in savings for our students. Again, compared to, that we've provided compared to what they would spend on a four-year college.
We were the top out of
Yes.
these. That's great.
So we got 2 plaques for those. So, great programs that we're able to offer, and appreciate your support in those. Any questions?
No.
We do have a couple of miscellaneous just reminders. Again, Dr. Armstrong